Welcome back to the Adventures in Collecting YouTube channel, where we take a closer look at the toys we talk about on the show. And today, courtesy of our friends at Bluefin Brands, we are taking a look at the Tamashii Nation's SH Figuarts Frieza First Form and Frieza Pod set. This is a figure and a character that is very near and dear to me. I absolutely love the Dragon Ball Z story, and especially that Frieza saga. Takes me back to the days of Toonami when I was a kid coming home to watch this. So I'm very excited to have this figure. I had an Irwin Toys version of Frieza back in the day, which pales in comparison to the Frieza that we see here. As always, we have the awesome SH Figuarts box. We have the really great figure art there on the side. You can see Frieza in the pod, as well as the plethora of accessories that you get with this figure. As you start to peer through the window, of course, we have the sticker of authenticity here, the little foiled sticker. We get all of our logos, all of that good stuff. And then on the back, we also have just some additional information, of course, showing off the different poses and the different accessory pieces. More art on the other side as we continue around, and then, of course, that brings us back to the front.
Precisely. When ants battle a dinosaur, who do you think emerges the victor?
Alright, so here we have Frieza in all his glory in this first form here. I'm just always impressed with these SH Figuarts figures, man. It doesn't get old for me, or at least it hasn't yet. They look like they crawled right off the screen. I mean, the colors, the paint, the detail, everything is super accurate. It looks awesome. I can't say enough nice things. So let's take a look at the articulation itself, and some of the paint and detail here. We have all the colors that we'd expect. So the pinks, the tans, the lavender purples, the deeper purples, the blacks. We have a variation in paint here. So you have some nice matte paints mixed with some glossy to really kind of give you that armor effect. Same with the tail. Almost like a rat-like tail. This is great. So articulation wise, right? So a bunch of articulation there in the neck and head. Obviously, we can go all the way around. We do have the moving shoulder pads, to help you kind of articulate the arms a little bit better. But they will tend to fly away on you, much like the other like Vegeta or Nappa or any of those characters too. Looks like it's a single jointed elbow. Yeah, so single jointed elbow there. Much past the, you're at the 90-degree mark there. We do have a like a wrist swivel here, along with the forearm swivel. In the abdomen, pretty substantial crunch there forward. Bend backwards. We're in good shape there. We do have a swivel there at the waist. Frieza can just about do the splits. We do have that same kind of hip system that we're used to seeing there. Kick out all the way forward. Kick out most of the way back. We do get an upper thigh swivel. We get a double jointed. We get the kind of the Tamashii Nation's double jointed knee. That little sliding double jointed there, and then our usual movement at the ankle. There is no calf swivel here, so there's no hidden swivel underneath that knee joint. Okay, so as for our accessories, so we're gonna pull this tray back out here. We do get an entirely separate head, and we're gonna use that head to just to kind of show you here how this is gonna work. We do get the base for the pod. The pod itself, which we're gonna get into in a second. We get the blast effect for Frieza's finger, and then we do get the Dragon Ball, 5-star Dragon Ball. Namekian Dragon Ball, so the big boy. All right, and let me show you how the face works. So if we take the head here, much like the other SH Figuarts, the face plates are swappable. So we just take that off, and you plug in the other one. Oh, you know what? I see what the difference is. Is one might have a more exaggerated brow. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, so there's one with a more exaggerated brow for like kind of like the angrier faces. So you can see it just kind of plugs in there. You know, that's one of the angrier faces, and you can see the cutaway on them varies. So the cutaway, you know, is much steeper on some and flatter on the others. The flatter faces go on the head that with the flatter brow. So, and then you can see too, some of the faces have holes on the side of them for the scouter. But what you can actually do is you can see the little letter A there, and there's going to be a 1 on the back here. Yeah. Of this one, you can actually take the scouter earpiece off of one head or one face and transfer it to another one if you wanted that expression with the scouter on those same holes. So, you know, if you wanted an angry face with the scouter, you can absolutely do that. There we go. And you can see that the scouter is then on. So it's really kind of mix and match, and you know, find the face and the appropriate headpiece that goes with it. So let's take a quick look at the actual pod itself, because the pod is really neat. So the detail on it is really cool. The detailing of the actual pod itself, you know, into the inside, and you'll see how Frieza is going to get in there in a second. From what I'm understanding is this metallic paint. It didn't seem like it was metallic, obviously, in the show, but they actually went to Akira Toriyama himself and determined that this was supposed to be a metallic look, so they ended up doing that on the figure, which is really cool. We never actually get to see the inside of Frieza's pod, these controls or anything like that, so it's also really cool to finally get a chance to see those. Now, the way that this is going to work is you're going to take Frieza off of his body, and you're just going to plug him into the body on the pod. And then same thing with his tail. So you're going to take the tail off, and then the tail is going to plug in to the back. And just like that, you have an angry Frieza demanding stuff and things in his pod, looking super menacing. This Frieza has been a long time coming. It feels good to have this. This is awesome. And then you know, of course, Frieza in his pod next to Goku, threatening him. I'm going to give you 1 more hour. Yeah, so it's super cool to finally see these figures together. And then I guess lastly, let's just see if you wanted to see, for instance, what Frieza looked like. We'll leave Goku in there. Here is Frieza next to a Dragon Stars Goku. So, you know, Bandai's kind of like entry-level figure line. As you can see, the Ultra Instinct Goku is a little bit taller than the SH Figuarts Goku, but you know, if that's your cup of tea and that's what you want to go with, it definitely, I think you can definitely make that work. So let's flip it around and let's wrap this up and go. So yeah, so there you go. That's Emperor Frieza and Frieza's pod. This is another home run from the Tamashii Nations team. I love it. I mean, it captures the character perfectly. What else could you ask for? You get both of the first form looks, both in the pod and out. Now let's, fingers crossed, we'll get re-releases of all the other different forms of Frieza from the Frieza saga, because there's some pretty good ones leading up to the final form, right? Yeah, so this is awesome. As of the recording of this video, which is May of 2021, this is available still for pre-order on Amazon, and you'll find a link to it in the description below where you can get yours. Yeah. As always, make sure you hit that subscribe button down there, so that way you don't miss videos like this when we post new ones. And while you're down there, hit that notification bell, so that way you get alerts when we post new videos. While you're following and subscribing to things, make sure you follow us here at AIC_podcast on Instagram and Twitter, where we're constantly posting toy news, toy photography, and all the other fun things that are going on within the toy community. And then the podcast. So every Monday, every week, we have a new episode of the podcast. You can find us wherever you find podcasts, simply by searching Adventures in Collecting, or you can hit the link in the description below, which will take you to our website, and then you can find all the things that I just talked about. Thanks again to our friends at Bluefin Brands Bandai Namco Collectibles for sending us Frieza to take a look at. Get a closer look at Frieza after the fade. We'll be taking some more photos of the big bad back in the light box. And as always, until next time.